My diagnosis played out over a series of days. I went to a routine physical and was told that I had an enlarged spleen and needed to go to an oncology department, and the next 10 days of my life were absolutely miserable. I was blindsided, I was scared to death, and constantly thought about my wife, my high school sweetheart, and how she would get on without me. I thought about my wife, or my children, my son, how he would grow up without a father, and my daughter who would walk her down the aisle. So there were a lot of tears going on in those 10 days. By the time I went to my oncologist and found out I indeed had Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, it really didn't come as a surprise. I'd worked that out through my head over the 10 days. At that time, I decided it was time to not be selfish, to not be scared, to not question, and to simply put my faith in my family and my doctor. When I told my children, it was one of the hardest moments of my life. I'll never forget, my kids went to a different room. My daughter at the time was 14, my son 10, and they came back in the room. One had drawn a pink ribbon and with a message, and my son had spelled out "Fight for us" in Legos, and I've been fighting ever since. My treatment took approximately 8 months, and it was every 3 weeks I received chemotherapy. The first month I went every week. You do get side effects. I lost my hair. I had moments of what's called chemo brain, where you lose your thoughts, lose your mental capacities on occasion. I had several other forms of side effects, but getting through those was difficult. What I found to be more difficult were the mental challenges I went through during the course of treatment, and that's really just becoming the person that nobody else really wants to be. And you know, when you're dealing with friends, coworkers, people see you on the street, you're the person who's bald, or you're the person who everybody knows is going through treatment or has cancer. And it's almost like you have a scarlet C on your chest. So you have to figure out a way to deal with that. You have to understand that people are supportive, that people are there to help you, and that you're not in this thing alone. When you're first diagnosed, it would be easy to quit. It'd be easy to lay down. It'd be easy to say, why me? And you know, make no mistake, it's hard. It's hard to go through these treatments. It's hard mentally to deal with the challenges. It's a difficult process. But there's an old saying in the boxing realm of never let fear determine who you are. If you've just been diagnosed with cancer, there's a mountain that's been put in front of you. And my advice would be you need to look internally, find faith in your family, in your friends, in organizations like this, in your doctors, and you need to move that mountain. I asked my doctor essentially what he would advise for his son or daughter or parent had they been diagnosed with the same thing I had been diagnosed with. And I wanted to truly know what was, in his opinion, the best standard of care. And he immediately recommended a clinical trial. I understood enough after asking a question or two that this was not going to be a placebo, that it was going to be pretty much the standard of care plus something extra. When the doctor told me that the clinical trial was the way to go, I put my total trust in him and in the treatment plan. I've still yet to even go on to Google to look at statistics regarding what I have, because frankly, I don't necessarily want to live my life by statistics. I want to live my life essentially through faith and through an attitude that every day may be a fight, but I'm going to be there fighting every day. PearlPoint has constantly reached out to me, and PearlPoint's there to reach out to others. I had a big support system to help my family and myself through this. Not everybody has that, and so PearlPoint is there to certainly support and to take good care of people who don't necessarily have the advantages that I did going through cancer.